even my computer is making all this weird noise in the background. It's like,
oh, is it? So yeah, the internet.
My internet's fine. We have the most we can possibly have. So, but my computer is like, hold on. All right, so let me just quickly do one thing and then we're going to get started. One sec. Awesome, so that's good. So I'm going to hit record.
Lovely.
Let me just find my screen again. All right. All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the Alara Canfield Show, the Awakened Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And like always, it is my desire, my wish, my intention to bring you resources, support, tools, techniques, processes, healing, wisdom, etc. on these shows, on these calls to raise your vibration, raise your frequency, and assist you in thriving in your life, having your best life and thriving instead of just surviving. And, all those places where you might have been feeling stuck, well, we hope to, release some of that stuckness so that you can move forward in your life. So I'm fortunate to have some wonderful guests and speakers joining me every season. I'm so grateful, and thank you all of you for being here as well. So today, my good friend Sarah Massiah is back with us, and we are going to be talking about manifesting your best life. Are you manifesting your best life? So some of what we're going to talk about today includes, gaining clarity on what it means to be manifesting your best life, acquiring greater awareness on symbolic meanings of events, situations, and things. We're going to talk about and review old energies that may be holding us back from manifesting our best life, how living too much in our past, future, or what ought to be can be disabling. We're going to learn more about that on the call, what our vision boards should hold, and much more. You'll also receive a short live meditation to assist you with manifesting the best life, plus an activation to aid you to know that you're supported by Creator on your healing journey. So all that and more. And for those of you who don't know Sarah, she's been with us many, many times. We love having her come back on the show because she is just so kind, gentle, talented, has total integrity, works with spirit, works with Creator. And she's a founding member of the Elohim High Council of Light, working closely with Melchizedek, Ascended Masters, and Angels. Sarah is also an award-winning author whose book, The Cosmos, Ascension, and the Golden Keys from Melchizedek, won the Mind, Body, Spirit Book Award in the Chattel category. And she's currently looking to publish book number 2 in the series. And Sarah recently won the South of England Prestige Award for Best Holistic Practice. So she does so much work with us, with many of our clients, with myself. She has been so wonderful and generous in the past couple of years. Just, whenever I've needed an extra boost or clarity or something, she's always been there. So we're always so happy to have Sarah on the show, talking about the Akashic Records, talking about her system, which is the Golden Key Energy Healing System, and just talking about all things in life that sometimes keep us stuck and, not moving forward. So please join me in welcoming Sarah back to the show. Sarah, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome back.
Hi, Alara. It's wonderful to be back again and to bring you this great topic about manifesting. I know we talk about this a lot within the energy field, but I've channeled some lovely information from Melchizedek and Creator to bring to everyone here today. So I hope that everyone will find it useful, and just, a remembrance of going back to some basics as well.
Awesome. And that's the thing. Sometimes we do need to review the basics or be reminded of the basics, but also sometimes we do need to have this conversation about what manifestation really is and how can we manifest, whatever it is that we desire, right? So that does not mean, I always say this up front, that does not mean, like asking for $1 million when you don't have $1 in your bank account. It's like, that's not going to work. So be realistic. I always say, always be realistic, but also stretch yourself, and really, for me, it's always about asking, what do you truly want in your heart, right? And that's going to be different for every person, right?
Absolutely, totally different. And going back to the basics, Creator and Melchizedek gave me what would make you in this moment right now. And I think that's where a lot of our vision boards, which we'll be talking about, and our manifesting, sometimes we go a little bit off key because we're looking at great big future events. But I've been told by upstairs what we have to do is what would make us live our best life right now, right this second, not 10 months down the line, or and so we need to go back to actually sitting with ourselves and tuning in, putting our hands on our heart, closing our eyes, and really getting into the energy of what we need right now. So yeah.
Absolutely, because we're always taught to plan 5 years in the future. What do you want to create? What do you want to experience, right? But if you're not happy right now, if you're not feeling joyful right now, if you're not feeling satisfied right now, that energy is gonna carry forward in the 5-year goal, right? So that energy of dissatisfaction or unease or whatever happens to be. So you're not really working with the best energy, are you?
No, absolutely. And we do still have to look at where we may be blocked in our manifesting. And I've channeled some great stuff which I'm going to share with you all today. But we need to often also look for small symbolic signs that the universe is giving us, which we can often overlook. And we can work on the energy of why we're overlooking these signs as well. We might miss an email that comes in, a talk with a friend. They may gift you some information, and sometimes we let information that other people are bringing through just go over our head and think, oh no, that's not for me. But actually that could really be what we needed to hear right now. And when we get in a state of I need this, we can often lose the messages from the universe as well. So I don't know what you feel about that, Alara, but it's very easy to miss signs that we're being given when we're asking for things.
Absolutely. And the reason why we're missing those signs is because we're not being present in the and I think that's the problem with most things, is that we're not present. I was thinking about this yesterday about somebody. I'm not going to mention it, but it's like, people always ask, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why isn't this happening, etc. But it all comes down to, are you present enough to receive the signs and messages? Are you present enough and aware in the moment to see what's going on around you, right? Or are you just in your head, in your emotions, in your angst, in whatever, which is fine. And there's no judgment there. We all go through those periods and those times, right? But the more that we can, God, I have like dog hair somewhere. The more that we can cultivate that it's not an idea, but it's a way of life of being more and more present, the more that we will be able to grasp, like, get the messages, and the messages don't come in a booming voice. Like you said, it might be an email, it might be talking to a friend, they say something, so and that's the thing. It's like, we're not always, it doesn't mean always be on alert for looking for signs, but it is about being present.
It is. There are many things that can take us off, like not seeing those messages. And what I got from upstairs is literally not being on the right track. We may have had many past lives experiences, that's what I prefer to call it, where we've not been on the right track. So it's very easy to overlook. And Creator and Melchizedek said, really, if we're looking at manifesting, there are so many parts to manifesting that we can often overlook. And the first one we really need to look at is literally, are we on the right track? Can we feel do we feel inhibited about living our best life? Have we been in the past steered in the wrong direction? Because sometimes we can go off on a tangent and think this is what I need, but actually, if we can come back and really look at what we want, we need to be on the right track. So upstairs told me really some healing should begin with, are you on the right track? Do you feel confident to make change? Is there anything inhibiting your manifesting journey? And is there anything outside influence can often steer us in the wrong direction? You hear, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. But actually what we need to do is, as you say, come back to our center and think right now, what would make me live a better and my best life? What do I need? And it might be something simple, because why I'm writing about this manifesting is, I don't know if anyone knows, for some people do that are on the call, I know, but I'm caring for my mum. So I need time to devote to my business. And, you know, it's hard to juggle sometimes, everything. So upstairs said to me, you're not manifesting properly. You need to manifest what you need for your best life right now. And so that's why I started doing some channeling on this and brought it to the show, because what I actually needed for my best life right now is to get someone to help me with the housework and that type of things, so that I can concentrate in a greater way on writing, finishing my next book and writing another book which I've got on the go, which is actually about manifesting. So, you know, we have to look at what is it in our life right now that would make us live our best life, so we can feel accomplished, happy and joyful.
And it's a question that you need to ask yourself, but not at the mental level. You have to ask at your heart and soul level. Now, I know some people might be wondering, well, I don't know if I'm on the right track. How do I know if I'm on the right track? What is the right track?
Absolutely. But here is where you need to sit and actually sit with yourself, and it takes great introspection. But we're not talking about what will make you live your best life in a few weeks' time about a new job. We're talking about right now, what would make you feel happier? Would it be more time for yourself so that you can see your friends, more time to look for another job even? It you know, it's about what you need right now, and to concentrate on that being manifested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, like you might not even think of it as a manifestation, but it is more about like, what do you require right now? So earlier today I was like working a lot, like you wouldn't believe, like, oh my God. And then finally at one point, it's like, all right, I need a break. But even that break, you know, regardless of how much more work I have to do, my body, my mind needed that break. So again, that's about, what do I require right now to have my best life? So I have to have my best life right now in this moment. I needed to take a break.
Yeah. And it might be, having little breaks, but sometimes we need to be reminded of it. So that's what Creator's talking about. That's what the middle of our vision board should look like. What do we need right now to live our best life? That's where our centerpiece of our vision board should be. And when we pass it, we should give thanks for that.
So I'm just going to invite everyone who's here right now to write in the chat. Just, you know, focus on your heart space, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what do I require right now to live my best life? Right now, not 5 years from now, not when I have $1 million, but right now. Right?
Absolutely.
Right now.
Absolutely.
What would be helpful for you right now to have your best life, to experience that feeling of having your best life, right? And that's something important that we need to ask ourselves on a regular basis. We don't. We get caught up in our drama. We get caught up in our stories. We get caught up in what's going on in the world, etc. Right? And we don't give ourselves that opportunity or that gift of asking ourselves, what would make us, you know, have our best life right now?
Yeah. And so if it is like, having a bit more time to feel joyful, then putting little things about little vision board about sitting in nature, a lovely beautiful space with a bench, or, you know, a seascape where, and give thanks every time you pass it for that little thing, because that would help you, if you're acknowledging that, to have more time for you, which is, I think, what many of us feel that we lack. So it's about putting that in the vision board, in the center of it, and concentrating on the small things day to day that would make you live the best life right now.
And I love how people are writing in the chat a vacation. Absolutely. I mean, I guess I had one in October, but not really. Having a peaceful, joyful life, sitting in the sun, finding time to relax, right? More time in nature, laughter, and sitting outside in the sun. You know, like these are simple things that we can incorporate into our lives more and more, right?
Absolutely.
If we focus on it, if we make it a priority, right?
Absolutely. And that's why we need to keep visualizing it in our minds. We need to draw, you know, have our little pictures. It could be sitting in a lovely deck chair, you know, enjoying the view somewhere. It's what would work for you. It could be a holiday scene, you know, and we don't know what the universe will gift us, but normally we're gifted some, you know, if we keep concentrating, giving thanks, you cannot understand the power of the mind and the energy that you put up giving thanks for something that you want to create. It really opens the floodgates. But they say to me, absolutely start small, and when you're manifesting, absolutely start from best life, and they keep coming back to that.
Yeah, and absolutely no judgment. So even if you're not doing that thing that you know would make it your best life, don't judge yourself for it. It's like, it's okay, right? It's like, okay, I know what would make me feel better right now would be like sitting in the sun, going for a walk, you know, etc. But I know I didn't do it today because it was cold and windy and I was too busy. I'm not judging myself about it. It's like, okay, tomorrow, if the weather's better, I'm definitely going to take some time to do that. But if I can't even go for a walk, I'm going to at least stand outside in the sun for 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
Right? So no judgment. Yeah, absolutely right, Linda. No judgment at all.
And also creator, Melchizedek said, even by just looking at, if you do a vision board, looking at the picture there of the seascape or the deck chair scene, it brings something to your heart. It gives you a break and releases endorphins to make you feel great. So that really can help.
I remember on one of my vision boards in the center was a sun, because I love the sun so much. That was what was in the center of my vision board, was the sun.
Yeah,
it really does make a difference for me. You know, it's like it like automatically like heals everything, and just like I feel so much better, and I feel like I could breathe. I have more energy. I just talking about it also does the same thing for me.
Absolutely. So it's that, and as we talk about, we smile and we're laughing, and it's releasing endorphins, and that's really the energy behind manifesting that we want to get to. Because if you're manifesting from a place of woe, for instance, it's not going to work. And people, this manifesting doesn't work. But are you coming at it from with the right energy? And so creator said, Melchizedek, the middle of your vision board has to be your best life right now to make your life easier. So
absolutely. So, no stress, no angst, no judgment, just what makes you feel good, right? Makes you feel good and reminds you that you're important. For me, that's important. It's like I put a lot of my energy out there to everybody, the community, the show, like, you name it, my husband, the boys, you name it. And I don't put as much energy back on me, right? So the vision board, when you're asking yourself, okay, yes, I want to manifest my best life. What does that feel like? Yes, absolutely. Being in the sun, sitting in the sun, having that those 5 minutes of just being and resting and stillness.
We could go back to smaller things. For instance, a couple of times a week, I know I have a dog, but getting someone to walk the dog, if because sometimes we have to fit this into our busy day. So on the vision board, it could be just simple, someone helping with the dog even once a week to walk it, so you walk the dog, so you don't have to, because I know walking my dog takes a lot of time. Like, he has to be out for a good hour or he's very naughty. So it's small things. We have to break it down to what small things we'd like to do, and that should be the center of our boards.
And really. that will also make it more manageable, and you'll start to see that you're actually manifesting that. You're actually giving yourself that if you start with something small and manageable and practical, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's the energy of it, for sure.
Yeah. And, when you're manifesting, also, if you say, for me, I've recently been manifesting someone to help clean. So I've got more, because I have to get mum up, then I'm trying to write and etc. etc. But yeah, Creator said also you have to cross the T's. You want someone that's meticulous, trustworthy. So you've got to, when you pass your vision board and you're giving thanks, you need to add a few details. Thanks for this person that's coming into my life, who takes great care of all my things, is sociable, honest, etc. So you're really putting your attention into that would make your life better. If it's a person, if it's a place to go, look at the place, make it doable for you as well. I think we'd all love to go to the Caribbean, but if you haven't, and you haven't got the funds for that, it might be a short break locally, even if it's camping. It's something that's manageable but would bring you great joy in this moment of now, help you live your best life.
And we have to remember that there really is no future or past, there's only the now. So if you can have that feeling, that energy of I'm living my best life now, that's going to continue moving forward, because we do think linearly here, right? That is going to continue moving forward if you can feel it in the present. So if you can start to feel it in the present moment right now, that feeling is going to continue to move forward with you as you move forward, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Time is just funny that way.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And we do get caught up in time, don't we? I've written about I've channeled some stuff about past, present, or what ought to be, but part of that was talking about societal pressures. I wrote down about relationships. People say you ought to be doing this by this age, you ought to have this, you ought to be there, but this is all societal stuff. This is not what we really ought to be, or any of us ought to be. We need to be present now and think about, on our heart, what's our best life look like.
I always say this on almost every call that I do. It's like there are no shoulda, woulda, couldas. There's absolutely no shoulds. There's only what you feel like in the moment, what you want, what you feel, what works for you. You are the center of your universe. Get that, so it's like, and that's okay. That's not being, I don't know what the word is at the moment, but it's like, own that you are the center of your universe, and that yes, you can feel good in the moment. You can manifest your best life in this moment, and each moment is going to be like that. So each moment, if you can, every day, if you can just say to yourself, I guess, today I'm manifesting my best life. Like wake up in the morning and say, today I'm manifesting my best life, and then feel that, right?
Absolutely.
But we put conditions on it. We put expectations on it, on what that should be.
Absolutely. And, a lot of us are stuck in the past, and I have channeled a little bit about being stuck in the past, which I can read out just so, what Creator and Upstairs told me. So basically, being too caught up in the past or future or what ought to be can be disabling. And this is what I've been given when manifesting. It's actually disabling us to get to that place. So we discuss here being too caught up in our past. We include not only this lifetime, but many, many others. We are not discussing the trauma you have faced, for that's another topic. To heal trauma is paramount. We acknowledge this takes great introspection and the releasing of energy behind trauma, so one can move forward, living in greater and greater carefree ways. Here, we are discussing the saddling of blame on our past as to why there is no movement forward. We talk here about being locked into our past and saddling blame on it. And we need to change our mindset about saddling blame on our pasts. All those on the healing journey may wish to look at this and explore this topic in greater depth. This is huge, as it's a huge weight that, once released, aids you to manifest your best life. There are many scenarios we could discuss, but let's take, for instance, being bullied at school. It would affect an individual in differing ways, dependent on many other factors. Yet in this scenario, we see lack of confidence being the major outcome. And we often can go back and saddle blame on this event. We can saddle blame on many events. But where does it get us? But caught up in that event, we highlight this scenario as there is much to manifesting that needs to be understood. Saddling blame holds a resonance that blocks our manifesting ability, and so we ask all those ready to deeply introspect, what do you saddle blame on? Saddling blame is one energy behind why things do not materialize. Saddling blame causes greater blockages than you realize. It interferes with the neural pathways, blocking us feeling abundance and carefree. We have thought, oh, if this hadn't happened or that hadn't happened, like you said, Ilaria, it would be this or that way. This is a major player in being blocked on the manifesting journey, catching us in the past. So, yeah, I think we all need to take a look at what we're saddling blame on, you know, from our pasts. And it's a huge topic, I know, but it's one well worth looking at, I think.
And sometimes people might not be consciously aware that they're blaming their certain situations or certain events or whatever consciously, but unconsciously and at the energetic level, you may still be holding blame in your cells even, right? So
and I think the Pacific, you know, because there's so many areas of blame, but I think we really need to, if those that can muscle test or use ways of seeing if they're still holding the energy. I think Creator was very clear on it's the saddling of blame, which has an energetic resonance all of its own. So so we don't want to just check for blame. We need to check for, are we saddling blame on
what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Settling? What do you mean settling for blame? What do you mean? Maybe I'm confused.
Blame. It's like, well, no, blame's blame, but I think saddling of blame is putting a huge emphasis. So we saddle it on one event that would have taken us in the wrong direction. So I think it's looking at this energy of, events that take us in the wrong direction. And they're saying it's called the saddling of blame. And that's, you know, we need to look at not just blame as a huge topic, but the saddling of it, because there's many. If you look at blame, there'll be lots of shoots off of blame, and one of the shoots would be the saddling of blame on our past experiences, why we're not where we want to be.
Yeah. I get that. So if I were to say, oh, it's because of my relationship with my first husband, that's why nothing in my life has ever worked out.
Yeah, that would be the saddling of blame.
Which is not true, but
no.
I can definitely see that.
But what if we looked at past experience, if we look at lives we may have walked through, or even multidimensional lives, if if we're living in another place, time and space, living now, it could be that we're running that saddling of blame, which is really blocking our neural pathways here that stop us manifesting.
Yeah, so I just want to ask everybody right now, because I find for myself, it's important to ask the question, okay, where am I, what situation am I blaming for the outcome of my life? Just see what comes up. There might be something that comes up from this lifetime, it might be from a past lifetime, but just see what comes up. Ask yourself the question, not from your mind, but just, putting your hand on your heart and ask that question, expand out and ask the question. It's just to see if there's something that you're holding on to. Right? Some situation, some story, some experience, right? We've all had many not so nice experiences, right? Yeah. And again, there's no judgment, but it's just getting that clarity, right? Of perhaps this is the reason, one of the reasons why I'm not manifesting, blah, 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 right?
Yeah. So being too caught up in our past, saddling blame on things really is a block.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then once you get clarity on that, then you can work on clearing it, releasing it, healing it is more the better word, right? So having that awareness. Yeah. Love it. Yeah. Good. Awesome. Absolutely. Yeah. It's something, I think it's something for us to look at for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. I forgot to mention at the beginning, Sarah, I'm so sorry, but we are going to take live call questions. So if you do have a question for Sarah, you can raise your hand or you can type your question in the chat. Just know that Sarah is not in anybody's records. So she's not going to be able to go into your record per se, but she's very intuitive. So, she might be able to give you some intuitive guidance, information, etc.
Yeah.
Or if you have questions about manifesting your best life.
Yeah, absolutely. The other topic I was going to talk, you've talked a little bit on it, but being too caught up in what may be future, that's another block for us to manifest, obviously, our dreams, the life of our dreams. It takes us out the moment now, but it can be full of woe, because if you believe you need something, you're not present, as you said, in this moment. So we want to try and get out of what you need, and that's where the looking at your best life again pulls you back into living your best life.
And isn't it also like where you're coming from? Like, for example, if somebody wants to, buy a house, move house, for example, but they're coming from a place of lack and scarcity and fear. Yeah. Instead of, it would be wonderful and great to have a house in this location or move to this place. I think that'll be fun and expansive, etc. Right? Instead of fear and lack and scarcity, and just that, I think too makes a big difference. No?
Absolutely, absolutely. You have to do it from a place where you're not in fear or lack or woe. And we to get also caught up in our circumstance. I can't afford that. It's a common thing that we all utter at times. I can't afford that. That's also taking us out of what the universe could bring to us. So the best, if you're looking to do your vision board about moving house, it would be not concentrating on this area, I must go here. It would be putting on your vision board the best place, the best house that would help you live your best life. And it isn't about that. It might be about the trees that are around, the community spirit. So you'd be putting that in your vision board, like lots of friendly people in your vision. Thank you for the community spirit of the place I'm moving to. So it's concentrating on all those type of positive aspects rather than I must move to this place because that is definitely the best place. The universe always knows as well where the best place is, and we can often go to a house and think that's it, but actually it might fall through and we don't end up getting it, and then we find that the universe provides us with a much nicer place than where we become located. So it's about trusting as well, that you're going to be supported by a creator, which is another huge topic that one might need to look at.
Absolutely. And and that's when I'm thinking about, for example, moving back home to Canada, I'm not thinking about like where I'm going to stay, or I'm thinking more about the family, because it's like, I get to be with my kids again, I get to be with my parents, I get to be with my siblings, I get to see my friends again, so that energy of community, that energy of support, that energy of family. So it doesn't really matter where per se, but it's that connection that I was missing here, right? So I was missing that connection, and going back in October, I really felt it's like, oh my goodness, yes, I need my family. But it wasn't it's not a need per se, but it's a more expansive-ness. I could breathe, I have the support that allows me to flourish better, so really looking at the wording and the feeling that you're putting into your manifestations for what you're desiring is important.
Absolutely, definitely don't get caught up in and also if that's if you can't move and you're here, you have to look at what will make you live your best life right here, isn't it, now? So it would be putting on your vision board, for instance, friends that come in that help you feel like you're supported and flourishing. It would be about making new contacts if you can't move. So it's about what you can do right now to make you feel that safe energy here. So it might be your vision board should be concentrating on feeling safe, feeling supported. So that's where
that's true.
Concentrating on my vision board if it's possible to go back there.
Good point. So I know people are writing stuff in the chat, and I you guys have to be a bit more specific. You can't just say, what's the biggest block holding me back? Well, we have a lot. We don't have just one, right? So be a little bit more specific with your questions. She's not psychic, so she's intuitive. She's not, I don't know, you could be psychic, Sarah, I don't know. But the point is, like, be more specific with your question, please, if you can. it'll help you, to get a better answer that you're looking
Well,
for,
I do
more
channel with
clarity.
Lord Melchizedek, so I can always get the perspective from our higher beings that I'm and creator that I'm working with. So I can always ask, but obviously with the biggest block, we clear one biggest block, and then if we're on this healing journey, we're often presented with another issue that comes up, because it's like the bag of onions. I'm sure most listeners here are aware that we heal ourselves of one layer, but there's other layers. It's like peeling of an onion, many layers.
Yeah,
To
exactly.
heal ourselves. Yeah.
And and that's not a bad thing, right? But there's not just one thing that is going to suddenly make your life all better. There's not just one thing. Okay, you have to get that. There's not one quick fix. There's not one silver bullet. There's not one magic pill. There's not. But
you have to really work on yourself. But this is where I keep going back to the vision board, this call, Alara, but that's where creator the vision board is highly important to help aid us while we're still healing ourselves to look at what we want right now. And thanks is such a massive vibration that we can't even, I know that many people here would have heard of the experiments of the plants, for instance, when you shout negatively at a plant and the plant wilts and dies. And even IKEA had recently done a experiment with plants and school children, I read about. So and that it absolutely, the plant wilts and dies. So your thoughts, your feelings, your words, what you're putting into something can't be underestimated. So while we're healing ourselves, we also need to not forget this aspect of manifesting. So the two go hand in hand.
Yeah,
really.
And I think, for me, yes, gratitude, but gratitude, the energy of gratitude has been so muddled up and so used, so much in this industry. For me, the appreciation and acknowledgement feels stronger, right? A thanks for sure, absolutely, but appreciating, what is showing up in your life, all the good stuff anyways, what is already making your life the best life. I mean, because I have to say, my life right now is so much better than it was, like 12, 15 years ago. Okay. So it's like, it is better, right? Is it the best? It's pretty good. I can't complain. It's been challenging, but it's pretty good. Right.
Yeah.
So appreciating that and being grateful, but appreciating and acknowledging all the good stuff in your life, right? Is key. It's key. It's so for me, it's not just gratitude, it's also the appreciation and acknowledgement. There are three different energies, but I think for me anyways, all three are important, not just gratitude. But that's me. No,
I agree with you. But having your vision of the best life right now is also a very important thing to focus your attention on every time you pass it. Not the great big things, as a lot of people think. Manifesting, I want to manifest a huge new car or this. We're talking about what would help your life to be better right now, on today and every day. So your vision board might change,
for sure. It has to, it will change. Absolutely. And a lot of people, they want to manifest their soulmate or their twin flame, any of that kind of stuff, and I'm like, be careful what you ask for, right? Really be clear about what you ask for. You want a soulmate, but you want a soulmate that is going to support you, empower you, make you feel good, give, add to your life, so it's not just, I want to manifest a soulmate.
And the soulmate thing also,
have more clarity.
The soulmate, but that's where societal pressure comes in as well, because we're all conditioned to think we have to have this. Sometimes we might be for a few years best finding ourselves, becoming more independent, learning new skills, doing things that when you're in a partnership that might not happen. So that's why you have to sit with yourself and deeply.
For sure.
Would this be my best life, or am I listening to outside influences? So that's why you have to go into your heart when you're thinking about what your best life looks like.
Yeah, I agree. And when it comes to the soulmate, you be your soulmate first. You be your soulmate
Precisely.
first,
Yeah.
and then the external soulmate will show up eventually. But you be your soulmate first,
Yeah.
love yourself, accept yourself, stop judging yourself, right?
Yeah.
Which is hard. But
well, it is hard because we're all human, aren't we? But
yeah.
it is really about that. So that type.
All right, you want to take some questions?
Yes, yeah.
I'm like worried about the kinds of questions that are going to come up.
That's all right.
I'm glad I'm not the one answering. So
ask away. I'll do my best. Well,
you're nicer than me. So me and be like, no, you can't ask that question. You have to ask something else. No. All right. So Linda has a question. I don't know if it's about her granddaughter or not, but go ahead, Linda.
Oh, no. Well, first of all, the granddaughter, I don't have any resolution on that yet. And I'm still putting out a lot of prayers because they're due to leave in 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So she's cutting it to the wire really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So in reference to what you were describing before, there was a book one time, maybe 12, 15 years ago. It was called The One Command. Mm-hmm. And I always thought, that was like the perfect answer because it doesn't tell you how to do anything. It allows whatever happens to happen, and you have the vision of it, and you go into theta and things come in. Well, one thing it has not done for me. You knew that was a caveat, honey. Anyway,
I was going to say, well, obviously it hasn't worked exactly.
Yes, exactly. So my question to Sarah is, what's blocking me from realizing my guidance from my guides?
Okay.
Oh, don't yell. I can just see you.
I'm shaking my head, but it's okay. That's why I say I'm glad I'm not the one answering the questions. I love you.
I love you too.
You know what I would say.
Well, the first thing I'm getting is to this is what I'm being given, so I'm just going to say it, is to get out of the way of yourself. I think hold on.
You're probably right.
Busy is what I'm being given, and it's to get out of the way of yourself. Time to sit and contemplate is what I'm being told. I
have something to add.
Doing something, some issues on busy, which I keep getting, but it's about getting out the way of yourself.
She's very busy.
I am.
Are you? Yeah. So that is the first block I've got it, and it's definitely you might be running. I'm in the way of myself, and it probably comes from a past experience. And it's a multi-dimensional kind of experience. It's not, I don't think it's an earthbound one, if you're asking me.
Oh.
Can I add something? I have to add something.
Go ahead. Yes. Can I just want to ask Sarah one more thing, honey. Okay, so what do you mean by multidimensional?
So it would be from this
lifetime?
It would be from another. If you can accept that we're not just on Earth, that we are a multi-dimensional being, that we would have other lives on other realms of existence. For instance, we talk about the Pleiades, etc., etc. So I'm not saying it's a Palladian life, but I'm saying if you can accept that you're a multi-dimensional being of light, this being in the way of yourself is not from this time, place, or space.
Okay, thank you.
But you could work on it here also, and maybe make some notes of where you feel you get in the way of yourself, because it's like I'm getting that talking yourself out of things. I don't know if that's something you do. Right. That's what they mean by getting in the way of yourself.
Okay, thank you. All right,
right.
Laura.
So Linda, I know in the past you have channeled poetry, right?
Yes.
Oh,
When I'm in a
lovely.
quiet place, I can do that.
So
That's wonderful.
so even with talking to your guides, you need some quiet time. You need
Okay.
time to nurture that relationship, that connection, and get that information from them, right? So for me, what I was getting is like, you know, because you already have that experience of channeling poetry, channeling or getting guidance, you know, from your guide is going to be easy, because all you have to do is sit down, get a notebook, get a pen, take some time and ask
Okay.
your guides and start off with just, what information do you want to share with me today? Don't ask the big questions. Just, what information do you want to share with me today?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you already have that.
Ability, yeah.
You already have not just the ability, but that channel is open, right? Of that guidance coming through.
Well, I just wondered if it was blocked, honey.
No, why would it be
Yeah.
blocked? Why would it be blocked?
I don't know.
It's not blocked, but you get in the way of yourself. So
You're
talk
blocking
yourself-
it.
you
Yeah,
talk
I know,
yourself
honey.
out of things, talking yourself out of it. You get in the way of yourself. But it's a gift. You've got a gift, and it's the expression of the gift that obviously needs a bit of work on, but just make a note of getting out the way of yourself.
And just start with 5 minutes. That's it.
Okay.
I'm sure you can find 5 minutes. I know we're all busy, and sometimes even finding 5 minutes is like, but 5 minutes a couple of times a week, not even every day.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And just start with that and see what happens.
Okay. Thank you
Okay.
both. You're so sweet.
Oh,
Thank
bless
you.
Thank you, Linda.
That's
Sarah.
all right. That's all right.
And that information about writing every 5 minutes, that's for everybody. We can all do it. We all have the ability.
Absolutely.
It's not just special people. We are all special. We all have those abilities to talk to our guides, talk to our higher self, talk to a spirit creator. We can all do it if you take the time. Like I said, 5 minutes to start.
We're all one, aren't we? But we
Yes.
forgot. We were all kind of angelic, but we forgot who we truly were. So that's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 second. I'm gonna go to Nyla. So this is one of the general questions. So I don't know why.
Right.
You might get something, you might not.
Yeah.
What hidden experiences or beliefs are holding me back the most? It's really general, but
Well, the first thing I'm getting coming up is thoughts. So I'm just making a note. Thoughts. That is the biggest thing that is holding. I'm getting Nyla back at the moment is thoughts. And it's the word I'm getting is kind of wild thoughts that are running wild thoughts. And it's kind of being stuck in calamity. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's the running of wild thoughts.
I'm gonna say calamity is like chaos.
Yeah, it's that type of energy, but it's the running of wild thoughts that is the biggest block at the moment, that are running, kind of feel like a bit stuck.
So how does that resonate with you, Nyla? Let us know in the chat if you can.
Yeah. I don't dwell too much on calamity. I mean, I follow what's happening, and a lot of it is very dark, but I try not to get entrenched in it.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot of thoughts.
Well, it's the wild thoughts is the biggest block at the moment. So it's trying to tame, this is the words I'm being given, the wild thoughts. And so every time you have a wild thought, you need to kind of try to cancel it and bring back a beautiful thought, is what I'm getting. This is what they're giving me for you today. So that's what I'm imparting to you. So it's like, yeah, trying to calm and tame the wild thoughts and bringing back peaceful, serenic type thoughts to your mind.
Yeah, I do meditate, but I've been thinking recently that there might be more of a need for spoken affirmations rather than just. I mean, I do tend to stay positive. I'm an optimist, but I'm realizing that I've recognized before in the past the power of spoken affirmations, and I think maybe I should get back to doing those.
Absolutely, and yeah. So
yeah, the spoken word is very
Yeah.
magical for sure. Just be very positive about
out
them.
loud.
Yeah, out loud
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I would say them 3 times. Each affirmation 3 times.
Right. Right. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, Nala.
Thank
Good.
You can't underestimate the power of 3. I'm just going to add this, as it is the energy, the number of kind of creation. I just have to say, there's a lot of power in that number 3.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, because I always do it in 3s. I've always done it that way. But go ahead, Nala.
Yeah. Could you just tell me if I really have a need to go into therapy to unearth all the past experiences hidden in my DNA, and do I need to do that? As far as you can see, I don't expect a definitive answer.
Well, we all have the ability to heal ourselves. Basically, working on ourselves from old energies that follow us can never be a harmful thing. No one can tell you what you should or shouldn't do as a human. That's not right. No one should tell you. It's
I realize that.
Yeah, but it's what you feel within your heart. And there are things, if you don't want someone else to be like the channel for the healing, there are courses, things you could do to actually aid yourself to heal yourselves. If we all of us on this journey, we don't all have to be channeling this stuff or be like this massive healing, but we can all heal ourselves, and it's very easy to find the right course for us. There might be many out there, but it's just about finding the right one for you, so you can work on yourself if you don't want to go into that type of thing.
But now
I do EFT, but there might be something deeper hidden in my DNA that a real professional might have to help me access.
Yeah.
So I just had a session recently, Nala, with somebody, and the information that came through was like, wow, I had no idea, right? So it gave me so much more clarity and something to work with.
Right.
To
That's
heal
what I mean.
and clear this pattern.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So sometimes you do need that. And
absolutely.
I mean, Sarah is here on the call, and we're going to talk about her packages later, but she is somebody that I have gone to in the past for healing and finding out stuff that is stuck and has been stuck for a long time that I couldn't get through. And I didn't know until she told me some stuff. So yes, absolutely. But it's not a need, for me, I gave it to myself as a birthday present, is what I did. I was not in a need place, but it's like, you know what? I want to do this for myself.
But also, it's very helpful sometimes. I mean, I've been healing, doing my own healing, obviously, on myself for non-stop, probably every day for 4 years. And then it's lessened now at the moment. So I'm doing about 3-4 times a week. But I still go to someone that, I work with, because sometimes we do need someone outside of ourselves to talk to or go to.
I've been looking for that.
So I mean, like, keep your mind open and just see if you resonate with Sarah. But there's lots of people on the shows that you can work with, but I do recommend Sarah. But I have worked with her, so that's for me, it's easy to recommend people, especially if I've worked with them, and I have worked with Sarah in the past. So
okay, great.
But yeah, it can help. It can definitely help.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, we're gonna go to Sarah, and I know that she put a question in the chat, but I'm not gonna find it now, so it's okay.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to find it. I can say it. So my question is pretty much the question of Nyla. I'm sorry if I'm getting your name wrong. The same one is and that revelation that Alara had. It's like, is there something that if I were to be aware of it or uncover it, that I would go, oh, and just, be able to work on it, have a burst of energy, burst of joy. And I guess the second part would be, is there any metaphor at the moment to my having to learn to walk again?
All right. Okay. That's quite a big, but let me just ask what I'm getting for you, Alu Elohim. The first thing I'm getting that you could work on for your own self is how wonderful you are.
Thank you.
What they're telling me, and also getting to work on some sadness, whichever way you want to work through that. So they're the starting points. But the first one really is how wonderful you are. And you have to keep seeing things in your mind's eye. They tell me, see the best result in your mind's eye. So it's they keep going back to how wonderful you are, and that's where the work needs to begin. I don't know if that is helpful, but that's what I'm getting.
Well, my reply to that would be that I have been blessed with so many gifts.
Yeah.
And I'm fun. I like to play. I like to play on the playground, the children's equipment. I'm always trying to give whatever I can to anyone around me. And I do think well of myself. I think I'm probably doing the best that I can. And that really fills me with joy to hear that. And I do try to process my sorrow. I am working on all of that. I just thought there might be something new I hadn't looked at. And I got hit by a car, so I'm in bed and trying to learn to walk again. And just thinking, this has got to be some metaphor for.
Not always. It might be instead of, it could be an opportunity to what I'm trying to see is it might be an opportunity to dig deeper and to remind yourself how wonderful you are, is what they're saying. Taking time to, they keep going back to how wonderful you are, so I just have to say what I'm getting, but it's really very strong that's coming through, and they really want you to concentrate on basically all the gifts you do have, and how wonderful you are is the message. Sorry, that's all I'm really getting.
So just focus on that and just get, and focus on your healing journey and just how wonderful you are. Don't worry about why did this happen? What's the meaning behind it?
Because you see, then you're going back to the past, aren't you? You're going back. We talked about this, going back to the past, and saddled with blaming what's just happened to me in the past.
Saddled. Okay, I finally got it. I was misunderstanding you. Saddled with blame. Okay, saddled. I was hearing something else. Sorry. Okay, got it.
It's probably my English accent, but it's saddled with blame. So saddling blame on this is why I can't do this and this, but we have to really start in the moment and now. And in this moment now, they're telling me you need to hear and know how wonderful you are, and that's the message I've been told to give you.
Is a heart-filling message, and it says a lot of things to me, like whatever I can't do right now, it's okay. But I did, thank goodness, I managed to transition from feeling like a victim to, why have I brought this in? What am I learning from this? Who is my partner in this learning? What are they getting from it? So thank you so much. That was absolutely delightful. Thank you, Alara.
Thank you. And I'm just going to make a comment. There's no judgment at all, but why, and this is not just for you, Sarah, but why do people say, why did I bring this in? or why did I attract this or anything like that. I never say that. I never ask myself that question. It's not about why. I just don't. I've never have, and I just don't, because I feel like when I ask that question, I'm judging myself. I'm going to end up judging myself.
Yeah. What I feel from this is a blessing.
Yeah,
It's completely clear to me yet. What is the blessing in this?
That's better. I like that better.
Is this going to how is this going to help me grow, become more compassionate, become more loving, become more joyful, let go?
I was just gonna stop you for a second. Instead of just even saying, how is this going to, show me how this is going to.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Yeah. And this is for everybody. It's not just for Sarah. I keep interrupting, but
sorry. No. And I just think, look at it as the opportunity to maybe dig a bit deeper, go a bit deeper, you know, and sometimes things that happen to us that change our life are actually life-changing, not for from a bad way, but so it makes us really grow as a soul. Yeah.
So there's nothing bad. Everything is helping us to grow and evolve and expand in consciousness and know who we are.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you for that sweet message. Thank you, Alara, for calling on me.
Oh, and thank you so much, everyone, for having the patience with me when I say something like, hold on a second. Let's not say that. Let's not. It's like sometimes I'm like, hold on a sec. Let's,
change the talk.
Yeah, let's change that a little bit. Okay. So Tanya, I'm going to get to you in 1 second. There was a question in the chat that I want. Oh, where did I lose it? There was a question in the chat from Angela. Angela, I know you're here somewhere. Angela says, my soul has been telling me to leave behind what no longer serves me. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't serve us. So now you're asking, what am I not seeing that is holding me back? Really vague questions, really general questions, really open-ended questions, I have to say.
I'll do my best. Be holding back if you want. It's kind of pointing the finger I'm getting, and that's come through. Pointing the finger. We're going back to blamey stuff, I guess, but and really coming back and sitting in where you are now, rather than looking outside to everything else, looking at you, concentrate on you. And I still get, it's like I get a finger wagging, so I guess it's about pointing fingers, and that's not serving. If that's the first thing that comes up.
Angela, how does that resonate with you? Let us know how that resonates with you, Angela. Hopefully. And to be honest, we all do that. We all blame something, someone, somewhere at times, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And it's normal. I mean, sometimes in my moments of chaos, I reacted very badly and I blamed somebody for like stupidest reason ever. But, it's like it came out because I was like beyond stressed and beyond, whatever. So it happens, right? But so don't judge yourself for blaming.
Beating yourself up about things. Yeah. It's about acknowledging it and moving on from it. It's about
because sometimes just getting that awareness of, oh, I'm blaming a lot. It's like, okay, then you can change it, right? Then you'll have more awareness of it. You can change it. But if you don't know that you're doing that, then, you can't change it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, Oh, Angela says, I understand that walking away or moving on has been challenging. Yeah, it can be. Yeah. It can be, for sure.
We're human beings having a spirit, like we're on a spiritual awakening, having a spiritual experience, but we are human. And we are allowed to grieve, we are allowed to feel emotions, and we're not here. Healing yourself is not about not feeling anything, it's about feeling it, acknowledging it, and moving on. That's what healing is.
Sometimes walking away or moving on can be scary because it's going into the unknown, right? Yeah. So of course, absolutely, it can be challenging. So I feel you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then it's like, I always, when I have those types of situations, I'm like, okay, I can either choose this or I can choose this. It's like pain A versus pain B. It's like pain A is this, pain B is this. Which one do I want? Right. And a lot of times, the unknown is, even though it's unknown, it is not as challenging as what we have been experiencing already.
No,
okay. It's just we don't know, but it's usually not as challenging as what we're experiencing in the moment.
right, absolutely. And it'd be about what do I need, going back to the best life thing that we've been talking about in that scenario. What do I need to make it my best life right now, hand on heart? What do I need? And then small steps can happen to make that best life happen. We don't have to be stuck in a situation that isn't serving us for our highest and best good. We don't have to be in it.
Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully that helps, Angela. All right, we're going to go to Tanya. Tanya has a question.
Hello, Sarah. Hello,
Oh,
Lara.
hi.
So I was a bit late, but I got into conversation when you were talking about moving the house, and I thought I'm just in time.
Oh, bless you.
Because I need to move the house again, and as I written in the messages that in the last 5 years I moved 3 times, and not only the house 3 times, not only the house but also the country. And the last time was so stressful for me because I had 10-year-old child. My husband left for work, and I had to gather everything that I needed to pack and sell things that I needed to sell. And I remember it was so stressful, and I was working on myself, like imagining that I'm already in the future, looking back at my experience and thinking, oh, why was I so stressed even? And somehow, I mean, it went. I said to myself, you will move it, either you like it or not, but you will move the house and move house anyway. But now I realized that I have this kind of reaction, like almost like allergy to moving, and I don't do as much as I need to do to search, to look, to put the advertisements and stuff. And it's like maybe subconsciously I don't want to move anymore, but I have to. And for me now, because I have to move till the end of May, like I have like time kind of is pushing me to. I'm in a wrong state of mind to kind of do visualization and believe that my house will come just like that. So if you have any ideas like on timing, and I understand the timing sometimes is like maybe my house is not ready yet for me to be found, but it's a bit stressful.
Oh, bless you.
I'm trying not to stress about it, but it's creeping, like subconsciously I understand that I am stressed a bit.
Yeah, of course. And stress is definitely linked to moving. As we know, it's a really stressful event in all our lives. Let me ask upstairs.
Moving is one of the most stressful events in a person's life. So it's totally normal that you're stressed out, Tanya. So don't beat yourself up for being stressed, and you're going to stay stressed until the actual moving day. But what can you do now to have more ease with it? Right? No. Why do people just automatically say that when you don't really believe that? Right?
No.
When people just automatically say, I should just meditate. Well, no, that does not always, it's not always the thing for everybody.
I think some of it's about the searching again, is what I'm getting coming through. So hold on. Basically, at the moment, you feel blocked from searching. I'm being told by upstairs. And it's about and also about coming to terms with the facts, I think, is coming up. So it's coming to terms with the facts and blocked searching. Now you can't really visualize it because you're feeling really blocked in the search, because it's all the upheaval again, I'm being told. But instead of that, what you need to concentrate on, I'm being given, is what they want you to do really is go directly to source to give thanks. Keep going up to source to give thanks for the perfect opportunity to come along where you can live, where your life will flow. That's what I'm being told to give you that message. It's about your life being in a lovely flow rather than what I'm getting is stunted all the time.
Result. I understand.
But they want you to go directly to source, creator, whatever you like to call creator. Go directly to the source to ask. Get out of your head and go to source is what I'm being given for you. But it's about being blocked in even the searching at the moment. And so if you were looking at affirmations like the other lady, it would be positive affirmations that I am safe to look for a beautiful new house where my life is in flow.
In flow. Yeah, because I feel a bit stuck, because I can put on hold everything until I move the house, and I shouldn't. I understand it. Thank you so much, Luna.
So talk to creator, right? So talking to creator is not necessarily meditation, but it's talking to creator. Get a notebook, write down creator. This is what I want to ask you. You know, this is what I want to say. This is what I want to ask, etc. Right? So talk to creator and get that connection going.
Yeah, that connection going. And thank creator for your life being in flow again.
Flow is the right word.
Yeah. Good.
Thank you. I like the word flow. Exactly.
I like the word flow. Yeah. Awesome.
Flow.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Alara. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. There was a question in the chat from somebody. Julie was asking, because we were talking about the word settling and saddling, right?
Yeah.
And she was asking, what's the difference between settling and saddling? They seem to be the same to me. Saddled to me is more forceful, more intense than settling.
Yeah, settling, not settling. Saddling is like completely placing, if you like. When you get on a horse, let's say you saddle the horse, so it's like that. You saddle everything on that event. Yeah.
So you're putting all your energy, all your intensity on that event. Yeah, makes sense. Totally. Instead of settling for an event, you're putting all your energy into that event. That event is the thing that is the reason why nothing is happening in my life, etc. For example.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Good. Yeah. Thank you for asking that, Julie. All right. So I know we're going to still do a meditation and activation in a little bit, but before that, Sarah, is it okay if we talk about the packages?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Very simple. So let me just share my screen quickly. 1 second. I like to share my screen just so people can see what we're talking about. All right. So Sarah has 2 packages, package A and package B. So package A is a 90-minute personal session with Sarah and a bonus special live Zoom workshop. And package B is a 60-minute Akashic Soul Purpose session with Sarah and the bonus special live Zoom workshop. So we're going to talk first about the package A, which is the 90-minute session to aid you in manifesting and living your best life.
Yep. So that's 90 minutes deeply within the Akashic records. Some key energy. I do speak light language in that session, and I do bring through some key energy, but we can look at questions and we can heal some the most pressing issue basically that's holding you back from living your best life. As we know, there are layers like an onion, but we can definitely work on the one that's most pressing in this time of now, is what we're concentrating on within that Akashic workshop.
And there's a lot of healing that takes place in that as well.
Yeah.
And then there's the bonus workshop on Zoom on April 26th, which is, what is it about actually? It's a free workshop for all the listeners, Introduction to Healing Yourself Within the Akashic Records.
Yeah, it's an introduction
That's
to
a
healing
gift.
yourself. Yeah. So, and we're also going to do we'll be doing a meditation in a minute, but we're going to do 2 meditations on that Zoom call. So it's quite a bonus. So we're going to talk about healing ourselves. I think it's very important. There's lots of workshops out there, but we can heal ourselves. We are a healer of ourselves, and we've forgotten. So I think, it's about remembrance, that we can all access the Akash. We can do things to help ourselves. So that's what this whole workshop's kind of looking at. We've got 2 free meditations and talking a bit about ascension as well, and little bits and bobs for people's understanding.
Great. And so that's package A, and then 2 and 3 part payments are available. And then package B is a 60-minute Akashic Soul Purpose reading healing, as well as that bonus extra workshop on Zoom. Yeah.
So that's in the Akash. The first one, was the key healing. So we work directly with Source. Basically, Melchizedek brings the keys in. They're like the keys of creation, so they hold all the codes that of the energy of creation. So if we're creating something that isn't great, we can quickly release it from all stories. So it works deeply in the Akashic records, to heal many stories. Say we're working on feeling like we're falling off course or something like that, we'd heal right back from the beginning that energy of falling off course, or whatever comes up in that session. So we muscle test or tune in about whether at the end it's still running. We make sure that whatever we're working on has got no resonance of the old energy left, and that Creator brings in a beautiful new resonance that you can live your best life, basically.
So package B, again, there are 2 and 3 part payment plans available as well. And of course, if you are an Inner Circle member, please do take advantage of the 10% or 25% gift code, depending on if you're in the free or a VIP. So both of these packages are available for you, working with Sarah one-on-one, 90 minutes or 60 minutes. Okay, so please do take advantage of those as well. So we are going to do a process, a meditation and an activation.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Lovely. So if we're all ready, we'll begin. I do speak a bit of light language, and so just making sure everyone is relaxed with their eyes shut. Alleluia, Elohim, Ish Alleluia. And I want you to imagine now, sitting comfortably, a beautiful light coming down from Creator, Alleluia. Down and down till it reaches the top of your head. And I want you to imagine now this beautiful light traveling down through your body, down and down until it reaches your feet. And I want you to imagine this light going down into new earth, bright earth, gold and platinum earth, Alleluia Elohim, anchoring you with protection and safety. And taking a deep breath, just imagining this light traveling back up to your feet. And taking this light up now through the body, Alleluia, up and up. Again till it reaches your head. And we're going to shoot that light now up through the universe. Shalakai, hallelujah. Taking it up and up to a beautiful white spot with Creator that's right for us. And feeling relaxed and calm. Hallelujah, Elohim. I just want you to imagine now, Lord Melchizedek in front of you, holding the key. As we step into the key energy, Hallelujah, Elohim, with Creator, where we can create the most wonderful experiences. Ish, hallelujah. Just taking a moment now to take a deep breath. Knowing that you're sitting in the glory of Creator and with Creator. Knowing we have the ability to heal, Hallelujah, Elohim, to move forward in marvelous and beautiful ways with the support of the divine. Ish is as uspikiata, ish is salaka, hallelujah. Free from worry and conflict. And in this moment now, knowing you're protected, safe, and surrounded by the divine, hallelujah. As we go to our heart, ish iskiata, hallelujah. And in our heart knows, ish pikiata viati pikiut velaish dibigiata ish diavoy viatia divoy divilikaish. Knowing that your heart is connected to Creator in this life, and that Creator is connected to you through your heart. Ish ispikiata is. As you remember your connection to the divine through your heart, your connection to living your best life. Ish ispikiaya, hallelujah. As we give thoughts that no longer serve, in this moment now, ish ispikiatu, ipikiatu, ispiatu, ish, hallelujah. As we give worries and stresses that Creator knows, that need to change. We give them to Creator now. Ishbikiyai, hallelujah. Hallelujah, Elohim. As Creator gifts you now a beautiful ball of energy and light that you sit in, Ishbikiyata, hallelujah. To remember, Ishkiya, your glory, your light, your beauty, your presence. As you come from Creator, your presence with Creator is one. Ish is as to filikai, ish is begai, hallelujah, Elohim. As that presence travels down to your seat where you're sitting, and it expands through your fingers and toes. Ish didiata, didiata. Your divine energy is bikiata, your glory, your light. as you feel that energy and sit with the divine that you are. And we're taking a deep breath now as you release old energy. Ishpikiyata, hallelujah, Elohim. And you receive a glimpse of what would aid you to live your best life right now. Ikiyata, hallelujah, Elohim. And let your mind clear. Ishkiyata, hallelujah. And let your body relax. Isha, hallelujah, Elohim. As you and the divine are one. Ishkiyata, Ispiyata. And in Creator's presence now, send a prayer, Ishkiyata, I Alleluia Elohim, of your heart, from your heart, Ikiyapatu, Ish Ispikai. As Creator hears your heart and knows your heart, Ispikiayatai. In every moment, Ipikiai, Ilililirag, Ishkiyat. As you are one, Ipikia, Alleluia Elohim. Taking a deep breath, Alleluia. As you feel deeply relaxed, Ishiata, Tutupadiata, Ish As Is. As you sit in Creator's presence without interruption or worries or fears. Ishkihiaka, Alleluia, as you feel calm. And content, Ishbigata. And know that you are protected now by the divine, Ishbigata. Taking a deep breath, we're coming slowly back to the white space up in the universe. So just stepping out of the key energy, still relaxed, calm, taking deep breaths, ish, knowing the presence of Creator is with you now and always. Alleluia Elohim. Ish, Alleluia. You are blessed. Creator knows your heart. Ish, is, as. And what you need for your best life. Ish, is, as. Alleluia. And as you sit in that white place where we began, we're going to come back down. When you're ready, taking a moment here. As light comes through, your presence shines as divine you are. Hallelujah. And slowly, just want you all to come down through the universe. Start coming down slowly and peacefully. Knowing Creator's with you now and forever. Filled with the presence of Creator as you are Creator. Ish, is, as, Alleluia Elohim. With a remembrance of your divine self. Coming down to your head. Going to take that lovely light now down through the universe. Alleluia Elohim. Down and down to your feet. Ish, as, us. Going to take that beautiful light down through new earth, bright earth, gold and platinum earth. where we ground back, hallelujah. Taking that light up again to your feet. As you take a deep breath up through the body. Taking a moment now to wiggle and begin to come back, hallelujah, Elohim. Keeping your eyes shut as you breathe and know. Remember that you are one with the Creator. In the presence of Creator and having the presence of Creator as you create is us, your best life. As you feel your hearts expand and lifted in peace and love, is us, hallelujah, Elohim. As we ground you back with warmth, love, and protection, hallelujah. And presence and love. And when you're ready, you can just open your eyes, hallelujah. You're grounded back to here and now.
I'm just yawning through the whole thing. Oh my goodness. I'm still have like, my eyes are watery.
Oh, bless you.
But yeah, I'm still yawning. How is that for everybody else? How are you all doing? Breathe.
Yeah.
I can't always talk when I come back from things like this, but
Yeah. Just coming back, releasing old energies and bringing in our presence.
yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Linda says, thank you. Much light.
Oh, lovely.
That was absolutely lovely. Thank you, Cindy says.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
I could like fall asleep.
Oh, bless you.
I'm relaxed, so relaxed. I could just like, yeah, go to sleep right now.
Yeah, lovely to feel that energy and feel
Yeah.
yourself relax, and important to take that time out for ourselves in our day as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So definitely drink some water. And at the same time, also just enjoy the space that you're in, right? So
Yeah.
Deborah says very peaceful and relaxing. So enjoy that peacefulness. Enjoy that relaxing space and state.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't talk. Suzanne says, thank you so much. You talked calming. That was doing so well. Oh, good. You talked very calmly. Yes, that's for sure.
Lovely.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Woo. Any other last words of wisdom for us today, Sarah?
Yeah, just remember to keep it simple, keep focused on your heart and what your desires are for right now. And yeah, don't get too saddled in the past or what you ought to be doing. Keep it real and keep it here and keep it now. And remember that you are divine and Creator's here with you, knowing what your heart needs, and keep thanking Creator for bringing your heart needs to you. I think.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, we all have goals and plans, absolutely, but don't forget the present moment, right? And so
Absolutely.
what can you how can your life be the best life right now, right?
Absolutely.
Not just 6 weeks, 2 months, 5 years, but right now.
Right now.
Yeah, that's important. That's going to help you to actually get that 5-year goal at some point, whatever that happens to be. So you have to be happy, relaxed, content, living your best life right now.
Right now.
As well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I still can't talk, but that was
No,
great.
that's
Thank
all
you.
right. Yeah. I think one last word of wisdom is about the vision boards, which we have discussed, but the center bit should be about your best life now. It's not taking away from, if you know, you want to put different aspects, bigger things around the edge, but it's about the center should be forever changing about what you need right now. So basically changing to your needs of your best life.
Yeah. What you need in the moment, but at least on a daily or a weekly basis, what do you need now?
Yeah, about weekly. Yeah. Just reviewing it.
Exactly. So focusing on it week to week, what do you need right now? Right. And that's gonna tell you what to focus on, at least, you know, and making yourself a priority.
A good thing to put on there, they're telling me, for everyone, is like, what would light up your life as well? One little thing. So it could be even a light bulb, to give thanks to things that light up your life, because that's what we really want from our human experiences, is to have things that light up our life and make it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes,
so.
Absolutely. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And if you'd like to work with Sarah more, you can check out the packages, package A and package B, which include the special bonus workshop about learning to heal yourself in the Akashic Records. So please do take advantage of those opportunities as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Wonderful. Galaxy J3 says, oh, it was so beautiful and so powerful. The energy was so lovely that made my heart sing again. Oh, my head is still buzzing. Oh, good.
Marvelous.
So allow that the buzzing in your head to expand through your whole being and, you know, your whole space.
Yeah.
I love that, Galaxy. Thank you. Arietta. Yeah. Good. I was going to ask, who is Galaxy? It's Arietta. Awesome.
Oh, hi, Arietta. Hi, bless you.
Good. Cindy says, thank you for these beautiful messages of wisdom. Yeah, absolutely. Good. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, just before you go, we do have a show tomorrow, but tomorrow's at 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, so tomorrow it's 10 a.m. Eastern, just letting you all know ahead of time. And again, thank you so much, Sarah. This was wonderful. And the internet was great.
It was, see, upstairs answers the call.
It worked. Wonderful. Good. Awesome. And thank you so much, everybody, for all your questions, comments, feedback. I think we got everybody. I'm not sure, but thank you. And live your best life. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Start today. Start with right now.
Yeah.
It's
been wonderful, Lara. Thanks ever so much. And much love to you.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye.